Welcome to Classroom Workflow with Google Docs presentation. This is part 3, and in this section we're going to discuss teachers sharing assignments and resources through a shared folder. Okay, so the last two parts of this presentation we talked about creating student folders and the students sharing them with the teachers, and with the teachers grabbing those folders through Shared with Me and organizing those student folders into their own class folders, as you see right here. Now we are currently in the test teacher folder, and you can see that we have two folders right here for each of the classes. Now one of the things that is the kind of a logical next step is we know now how students share their work with teachers, but teachers also need to have an easy way to be able to distribute resources and documents and even assignments through Google Docs. The easiest way that I have found to do that is for the teacher to create a common folder to be able to store resources and documents. And to do that, what I would do is in my drive, I would create a folder. And let's just say this is for my science class. I'm just going to type in science. And because it applies to theoretically all of my periods, I'm not going to put a specific period number in there, although you could do that. You could create a fourth period science, a sixth period science, depending on if it's leveled or maybe one's an honors class or what have you. But in this case, just for simplicity, I'm just going to create a folder called science. All right. And what I need to do is be able to have the students have access to this folder, but I don't necessarily want them to be able to edit anything or to be able to write files into it. I just want this to become a library of sorts. So this folder is what I have. It's just like any other folder that I have. I'm going to share this folder. So by clicking the little drop down, I'm going to go to share and then share again. Because I'm going to have multiple students, many students in here, it's not really that practical to be adding every student name in here. I mean, you certainly could do that, but it would take a long time. Or you could even set up a Google group if you wanted to include all the students in there, but that, again, I think that's way beyond the scope of this presentation, certainly, and probably more work than is probably necessary. An easy way to do this would be just to give or create a public link to this folder so that students could be able to access this. So right now, only the teacher has access to this folder. So I would like to change this from private to anyone with a link. And we're going to click that right here, and it says anyone can view it. Now you could say they could edit this, but that could create lots of problems down the road. So we're going to just say anyone with a link can view this folder. So I'm going to click save. What that does is creates this big giant link right here that you can give to students, and then they would then be able to have access to it. It is a rather long link, so I'm going to use what is called a URL shortener, and I'm going to show you how to use that. First, I'm going to right mouse click this link, and I'm going to copy it because I need to just have access to that folder, that link. And then what I'm going to do is go to one of my favorite URL shorteners called goo.gl. You could also use tinyurl.com to be able to do the same thing, but in this case I'm just going to use goo.gl. And it's going to come up here and it says paste your long link or long URL here, and I'm going to right mouse click and paste it in there. And there it is, and I'm going to click on a shorten URL, and then it gives me this link right here. So this link right here will point to this big, long, unwieldy link. So this is what I'm going to copy, and this is the link I'm going to distribute to students.